X alone takes 3 hours, Y alone takes 4 hours to fill the empty tank completely when there is no leakage. A leakage was caused which would empty the full tank completely in a number of hours when no inlet is open. Now when only inlet X was open, it took 4 hours to fill the empty tank completely. How much time will Y alone take to fill the tank and fill the empty tank completely? Now we have 2 inlet pipes and let's say 1 outlet pipe. X and outlet pipe took 4 hours. First inlet takes 3 hours, second inlet takes 4 hours. LCM 12. So total number of units 12 units. So X alone can do 4 units, Y alone can do 3 units, X and Z can complete the tank, can fill the tank in 4 hours. In 4 hours it will fill 12 units. In 1 hour 3 units. X and Z is 3 units. X alone does 4 units. So Z can empty 1 unit in 1 hour. Now X and Z working together can fill 2 units in 1 hour. To fill the tank, it has to fill 12 units. What is the time taken by it? 6 hours. Next, 32. Respective ratio between total number of villages in village A and that village B is 8:9. In village B, out of the total number of villages, 7/12 of them are males, out of which 70% are literates and the remaining 315 are illiterates. What is the total number of villages in village A? Right. So total number of villagers in village A is going to be 8 parts. Answer should be 8 multiple. I think all are 8 multiples. Need to calculate 8 parts in terms of a number. You should have a number in your question which is 315. With this number only you can give your answer. 315 is illiterate male in village B. Total number of people in village B are 9 parts and males are 7/12. Literates are 70%, illiterates are 30%, 30 by 100. Clear? 0, 0 cancel. 7 3s 21. 21 10 times is 210 and then you have 105 which is 5 times. 12 10 times 120 or else 12 into 15 180 into 10 1800. So 9 parts is equal to 1800. 9 2 times and then 2 zeros. Villages in village B 8 parts, 8 2 times and then 2 zeros, 1600. Next 33. Ellie and Dex are traveling from point A to point B, which are 360 kilometers apart. Traveling at a certain speed, Ellie takes 30 minutes less than Dex to reach the point B. If Ellie doubles her speed, she will take 2 hours and 30 minutes less time than Dex to reach the point B. At what speed was Ellie driving from point A to point B? Now, let me discuss with speed and then time. With the usual speed, if Ellie travels, she will be 30 minutes late or early. Early. She will take 30 minutes less than what Dex takes. If she doubles her speed, in the sense if she is moving with 2x km per hour, she will be 2 hours 30 minutes early. So that will be 2 hours 30 minutes early. What is difference between these two cases? 2 hours. Now forget about it for time being. With the usual speed, if she travels with x km per hour, let's say she is going to take y hours. If she is moving with 2x km per hour, she will take y by 2 hours. What is difference between these two? Y by 2. And here time difference is 2 hours. So y by 2 is equal to 2 hours, right? Then y is equal to 4 hours. In 4 hours, LE covers 360 kilometers. Speed of LE becomes 360 by 4, which is 90 km per hour. Got it? అమ్మా ఇంతవరకు అర్థమైందా? అర్థం కాకపోవటం కేవలం అది ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్. x కిలోమీటర్ పర్ అవర్ తోటి వెళ్తే 30 minutes ఎర్లీగా వెళ్తున్నారు. డెక్స్కి ఎంత టైం పడుతుందో మనకు అనవసరం, ఎంత ఎర్లీగా వెళ్తున్నారు, 30 minutes ఎర్లీ. 2x కిలోమీటర్ పర్ అవర్ తోటి వెళ్తే 2.5 hours ఎర్లీగా అన్నారు. 2.5 hours ఎర్లీ. Difference between these two timings is 2 hours. ఇది ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్. లాజిక్ ఏంటంటే x కిలోమీటర్ పర్ అవర్ తోటి వెళ్తున్నప్పుడు లెట్స్ సే షీ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు టేక్ y hours. If she doubles her speed, she will reach destination in half of the time. So now she will take y by 2 hours. Difference in time in both the cases is y by 2. And here in terms of hours is 2 hours. So y by 2 is equal to 2 hours. Then y is equal to 4 hours. In 4 hours, LE covers 360 kilometers. You asked about speed in kilometer per hour. 360 by 4, 90 kilometer per hour. Okay? Next. (34) A sold an article for 7,600 and incurred a loss. Had he sold the article at 10,400 rupees, his gain would have been triple the amount of loss that he incurred. At what price should he sell the article so as to earn 10%? 10%. No, 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 no. Hey, where is this? 10% profit. This fellow, yes, or that fellow. Either one or two answer. See, when you are getting 10% profit, you are selling it for 110%. When you are getting 110%, answer should be 11 multiple. First option is 11 multiple. Second option is also 11 multiple. Remaining 3 are not 11 multiples. So answer can be either first or second answer. Okay? Now let's see. When you are selling it for 7,600, there will be a loss of x rupees. But the same article is sold for 10,400, then he will get profit which is equal to 3 times of previous loss. So now he will get 3x profit. Difference between these two is 4x, and here it is 2,800. So 4x is equal to 2,800, x is equal to 700. When you are selling article for 7,600 rupees, there will be a loss of 700. Then cost price will be equal to 8,300. And you are expecting a profit of 10%. 10% of this is 830. Answer should end with 30 rupees. First option answer. 91230. Loss obtained in first case, profit obtained in second case will be 3 times of the loss obtained in first case. If it is loss minus x, then profit will be 3x. Difference of 3x and minus x is 4x. Difference between these two values is 2,800. X is equal to 700. After selling article for 7,600, there will be a loss of 700. So cost price will be 7,600 plus 700, 8,300. And then you need to add 10% of it, because you need to get 10% profit. Understand? Right. 35. The respective ratio between the speeds of boat upstream and the speed of the boat in downstream is 7:9. So let it be 7 parts and then 9 parts. What is the speed of the boat in still water? If it covers 48 kilometers downstream in 2 hours 40 minutes, 8 parts, 8 multiple. Half kuda ravachu. Half kuda ravachu. Let's see. Upstream speed is 7 parts. Downstream speed is 9 parts. Man speed becomes 8 parts. Downstream plus upstream by 2. Man speed is equal to downstream plus upstream by 2, which is 8 parts. Now, you are given a distance of 48 kilometers in downstream is covered in 2 hours 40 minutes. Now, what do you mean by 2 hours in terms of minutes? 120, 160. In 160 minutes, it can cover 48 kilometers. Kilometer per hour, hour in the sense 60 minutes. In 60 minutes, what is the distance covered here? 10%? 30%? 30%? 18 kilometer per hour. This is downstream speed, which is 9 parts. 9 parts is equal to 18 kilometer per hour. Man speed is equal to 8 parts. 8 parts is equal to how much? 16 kilometer per hour. Instead of this, you need to use else distance formula, speed formula. If you use this method, you need not even use pen. 160, 48, 60, how much? Otherwise, you need to use speed formula. Distance covered here is 48. Distance by time, 2 hours 40 minutes. 2, 40 by 60. 2 by 3. 8 by 3. Denominator and denominator comes to numerator. 6 times 6, 3 is 18. You must use pen for it. If you know the structure, in 160 minutes it will cover 48 minutes, which is 30% of 160. You need to measure speed in kilometer per hour. Hour in the sense 60 minutes. In 60 minutes, it will cover 30% of 60, which is 18. Next. 36. At present, the respective ratio between ages of A and B is 2:9 and that of A and C is 1:5. 4 years ago, the sum of ages of A, B, C was 72 years. What is the present age of C? C's present age. Right. 4 years ago, sum of their ages was given as 72. If I want to calculate sum of their present ages, for each person I need to add 4 years. As there are 3 persons, I need to add 12 years. So which is equal to 84. 84 is sum of present ages of A, B, C. AB ratio is given as 2:9 and AC ratio is given as 1:5. Who is common? A. How much is A here? 1 part, and here it is 2 parts. So I want to make it 2 parts, so it becomes 2:10. So ratio becomes 2:9:10. Total how many parts? 21 parts. How many times? 4 times. It asked about C's present age, which is 10 parts. 10 4 times 40 years. Sum invested in scheme B is 2.5 times the sum invested in scheme A. In scheme A is made for 7 years at 6% per annum simple interest, and in scheme B for 5 years at 8% per annum. The total interest earned from both the schemes is 2840. How much was invested in scheme A? Amount invested, sum invested in scheme B is 2.5 times of sum invested in scheme A. Let me take this as A and this as B. We have invested 100% in scheme A, in scheme B 250%. This is principal. And now let me calculate simple interest here. Scheme B is given for 7 years at the rate of 6% per annum. 7 6 times 42%. 42% of 100 is 42 only. And in scheme B, this is given for 5 years at the rate of 8%. So you will get 40%. Can I directly write 40 here or 40% of 250? 40% of 250. How much is that? 100. So total interest obtained here is 142%, which is equal to 2840. 142 two times and then one extra zero. You asked about sum invested in scheme A, which is 100%. 2 times of this is 200 and then extra zero. 2000 answer. The sum of the radius and height of the height of a cylinder is 20 meters if the total surface area of the cylinder is 880 meters square. What is the volume of the cylinder? You are asked about volume. Pi r square h. No, 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 no. Last option answer. See, whenever pi is involved, just go for 11 multiplication verification. There is only one option which is a multiple of 11. 2002 is the only 11 multiple. That's final answer. Satisfied? Pi in the sense, using pi r square h. Can you cancel 22 here? Is there any possibility to cancel 27? No. So r value or h value may be multiple of 7. You can definitely cancel 7. Chances are there. But after getting some number, you need to multiply that number with 22. So answer should be 22 multiple. If it is 22 multiple, it has to be a multiple of 11. Just verify that wherever pi is involved. And we have only one such option. That's final. Otherwise, satisfied? Alright, next question then. Process avasarama? You need to calculate r value and h value. Anta stupid process. అవసరం లేదు అది. నాకు రాక చెప్పట్లేదు అనుకుంటారేమో. నిజంగానే ఆ ఫార్ములాలన్నీ గుర్తులేక అడ్డదారులు ఎత్తుకుంటున్నాం. A bag contains 7 red balls, 2 yellow balls and 6 pink balls. If 2 balls are drawn at random from the bag, total how many balls we have? 15. In how many ways can you select 2 balls? 15C2. One after another. Okay, no issue. What is the probability that the first ball is red and the second ball is pink? How many red balls we have? I need 7C1 out of 15C1. First ball is drawn, which is a red one. How many remaining balls we have? Hey, 15 అయిపోతే ఇంకెన్ని ఉన్నాయి? 15 ఒకటి పోయింది కదా. How many remaining balls we have? 14. Now I need to select one ball, 14C1. And that second ball should be a pink ball. How many pink balls we have? 6. I can do it in 6C1 ways. 7 by 15 into 6 by 14. 2 times, 3 times, 1 by 5. A and B started a business with the investment in the ratio 2:5 respectively. After 4 months from the start of the business, C joined and the respective ratio between the investments of B and C is 2:1. So first, for these type of questions, first let us calculate investment ratio of A, B, C together. Who is common? B. B in first ratio is 5 parts and in second ratio is 2 parts. Let's go for rainbow multiplication. Multiply first one with 2. That becomes 4:10. And multiply second ratio 2:1 with 5. That becomes 10:5. So 10:5. This is investment ratio of A, B, C. C joined after 4 months. If the annual profit earned by them is 6,500, what was the difference between B's share and then C's share? A and B started the business, so they will be there for 12 months. And C joined after 4 months, so he will be there for only 8 months. 4, 3 times, 3 times, 2 times, cancellation with 2, 6 times, 15 times, 5 times. Total number of parts 26 parts. Difference between B's share and C's share 10 parts. which is 6,500. This is equal to how much? 26 two times? 26 two times. Apart from 52, how much you have? 13, which is half of this, right? In the sense 2.5 times. 2.5 times in the sense? You need to see 2 and then followed by 5. 2,500 answer. Next. So in instruction you don't have any information. Read those points, you don't have any information. Note 1, 2, 3 or whatever. Let's start 41. Average number of science graduate employees and then arts graduate employees in company A was 270. What was the total number of employees in company A? Science and arts. Science, arts. So we have only 3 streams: science, commerce, arts. When you add everything, you should get 100%. So we already have 45 here, remaining is 55%. What percent of students from company A belongs to science and arts graduates? 75%. What is their average given in the question? 270. Average of 2 streams is 270, then what about sum? 540. So 75% is 540. You asked about total number of candidates, 100%. So you need to add 1/3. 1/3 of 75% is 25. 1/3 of this is 25. If you add 25 to this number, you will get 100. 1/3 of this, 180. You need to add these two numbers, you will get 720. Understand? Next, what was the difference between number of science graduate employees and arts graduate employees in company D? Number of science and then arts. Science and then arts. Arts candidates. Here it is 80%, remaining should be 20%. You asked about difference of science and then arts. In terms of percentage, what it is? 22%. Answer should be 11 multiple. How many 11 multiples you have? No, yes, no, no, no. 187 is the only 11 multiple you have. 187 final answer. Or else you need to calculate 22% here. 10% is 85, 20% 170. 2% 17, 170, 17, 187. We don't need that data also. 22% should be 22 multiple, should be a multiple of 11. That's it. You have only one option. If you have more than one option, then you need to calculate. Following everyone? The application కావాలి ఇక్కడ. వినేటప్పుడు బాగానే ఉంటాయి. ఆ క్వశ్చన్ చేసేటప్పుడు ఐడియా మీ అంతటి మీకు రావాలి. దట్ ఈజ్ వాట్ అప్లికేషన్. ఓకేనా? చేసిన తర్వాత టైం ఎక్కువ పట్టింది అనుకోకూడదు. ఎందులో చేస్తే తక్కువ టైంలో అయిపోతుంది మీకే తెలిసిపోవాలి. కావాల్సినది అప్లికేషన్ ఓరియంటెడ్లోకి వెళ్ళాలి. నెక్స్ట్, the total number of employees in company E was 3 times the total number of employees in company B. Let's say total number of employees in company B is 100%, then in E becomes 300%. The difference between arts graduates employees in company B and company E was 495. What was the total number of employees in company B? You asked about 100%. Arts employees difference. So here what percent it is? 70 total. So arts candidates are 30%. 30% of what? 100 will be 30 only. Next, from company E, arts candidates are 40%. 40% of 300. How much it is? 120. And that is 30. 120, 30 difference? 90. So you are given 90% as 495. You're asked about number of candidates from company B, which is 100%. If 90% is that much, 100% is how much? Let's go for horizontal comparison, forget about 0. 9, 5 times 45. Again 45, 5 times. So 100 into 45. So you should see 5, 5 and then 0, because this is a 3-digit number, answer should be a 3-digit number. To be frank, 90 into 5.5 times is 495. 100 into 5.5, 550. Next. 44. The total number of employees in company D increased by 20% from December 2011 to December 2012. If 50% of total number of employees in company D in December 2012 were science graduates, what was the number of science graduate employees in company D in 2012? 100, 120, 60. No? Can be your answer? No, no, no. Fight an answer. This is 2011 data. In 2011, let's say we have 100%. In 2012, that will be 120%. Increases by 20%, they said. Out of 120%, science graduates are 50%. 50% of this number is 60%. When you are getting 60%, answer should be 6 multiple. Answer should be 6 multiple. Should be a multiple of 2. Should be a multiple of 3. And there is only one 3 multiple. Correct? Or else you will have to calculate 60% of this number, 850. 60% of 850. 50% is 425, 10% is 85, total 410. Or else go for 3 multiplication. And there is only one 3 multiple, that's final. Adhamainda? Right. 45. If the respect అర్థం కాకపోతే అడగండి. Okay. If the respective ratio between the science graduate employees and commerce graduate employees in company C was 5:6. So total 11 parts. Science and commerce. C. Science and commerce. This is 11 parts. Already we have 45%, remaining should be 55%. And 55% is divided into 11 parts. Each part is 5. So this is 5 parts. So that should be 25%. And this is 60 parts. That is 30%. Okay. What was the number of commerce graduate employees in company C? Commerce, 3 multiple. Yes, yes. 30% of this number. 10% is 78, which is 2 less than 80. 2 less than 80. 30% in the sense 3 multiple into 3. 240 minus 6. 234. Minus 5, minus 4 combination? 20, right? Minus 5, minus 4. 18. 9 and 2. Minus 9, minus 2. తెలుసు కదా కాంబినేషన్కి చూసి చెప్పేచ్చు అవసరం లేదు కదా చెప్పాలా ఎనీవన్ 51 to 55. 51 is into half plus half, into 1 plus 1, into 1 and half plus 1 and half, into 2 plus 2, into 2 and half plus 2 and half answer. And this is minus 2 plus 9 minus 28 plus 65. 1 cube plus 1, 2 cube plus 1, 3 cube plus 1, 4 cube plus 1, 5 cube plus 1, 126. Plus and minus alternate, minus 126. 13 minus 6, 7. Your answer should end with 7. 237. You need to subtract 6 from 3, right? Last digit. 13 minus 6 is 7. Answer should end with 7. Only one option. Next. Minus 1 by 2. Minus 1. Minus 1 divided by 2. Minus 1, 46. Divided by 2, 23. Minus 1, 22. Divided by 2, 11. Minus 1 by 2. So 5 minus 1, 4. By 2 is 2. Into 1 plus 1, into 2 plus 2, into 3 plus 3, into 4 plus 4, into 5 plus 5. 1120, 565. అర్థమైందా? 1120, 560 ఎట్లాగో 10 times and then half. Difference I think. 7, 14, 28. 7 2 times double 56. Answer should be 590, 190. 134 plus 56. This is 625, 5 to the power of 4 divided by 5. 5 cube, 125. So now 3847, 352, 125. 3800, 4100, 4200. I'll write 4200 here. 40, 50, 20. 110. 310. 9 plus 5. 14. Add 14 here. 24. 4324. First option. Next, under root 575. 24. This is 8 multiple, right? So try to observe 24 as 8 3 times. Okay? 8 square, 64. 64 3 times. 192 plus 4, 4, 8. Add 8 here, becomes 200, 600, 40, 640. Fifth option. 60 into 15, 60, 10 times 600, 65 times is 300, total 900. This is 900, very simple addition, right? 900 plus 200, 1100, 1400, keep it aside, remember 1400, 32, 18, 32, 18, 50, 1450. Fifth option. 631 divided by 45 into 560 divided by 40. 0, 0 cancel. 4, 14. 45 10 times? 450. Apart from 450, how much you have? 180. Which is 4 times of 45, right? So that is 14 times. 14 square, 196. 14 square. X is 14. Now 25% of 260. 260 half, 130, again half, 65. Take 65 to right hand side. First subtract 25, then you can subtract 40. That is 360. 360 is what percent of 480? Half of 480, 240. Half of 240, 120. 240, 120, 360. Half plus half in the sense, 75%. (61 to 65). Sure. 60? Apart from 65? No other question? Okay. Easy ga unda? 65. The number of belts sold in town D in December was 10% less than number of belts sold in the same town in November. D. November 180. 10% less. 18. It's in December. What is the respective ratio between the total number of belts sold in December and those sold in October? October 120. This is 162. Cancellation with 6, 27 times by 20 times. That's it. 64 ఎలా చేశారు? 64 ఎలా చేశారు? అక్క నీ దుంపది నీ పుస్తకం ఏది? ఎట్లయితే ఏయ్ నన్ను చూడండి. 64 ఎలా చేశారు? బెంచ్ మార్క్. యూ నీడ్ టు టేక్ బెంచ్ మార్క్. అర్థమైందా? అట్లనే చేశారా? జూన్ జూలై ఆగస్ట్. అందుకే చెప్పేవాడిని చెప్పని ఇట్లా మీరు స్కిప్ చేయమంటున్నారు. జూన్ జూలై ఆగస్ట్ అక్టోబర్. జూన్ ఏంటిది? ఈ. హౌ మచ్ ఈస్ దిస్? 240. జస్ట్ రైట్ దోస్ నెంబర్స్. 240, 150, 190, ఒకటి వదిలేసి తర్వాత 240. Look at your options. Options are nearby 200. So take benchmark as 200. This is 40 more. This is 50 less. This is 10 less. This is 40 more. Positive numbers are 80. Negative numbers are 60. So total you are left with 20. After making every number 200, still you are left with 20. Now you need to adjust 20 among 4 numbers. So each number gets 5 more. Already it is 200 and now again it is getting 5 rupees. So total 205. Okay? So based on your options you need to go for benchmark. Okay? Next, any other question? 62 answer వచ్చిందమ్మా. ఎంత? 80. What is the difference between total number of belts sold in both the towns together in September and in August? September, August. 190, 220. September, August. Antena? This is 10 here. 10 తగ్గింది, అది పెరిగింది, తగ్గింది పెరిగింది. ఎంత? 50, 60, 70. 70 plus 10, 80. Correct. 70 plus 10, 80. అలానే వచ్చిందా మీకు కూడా? మరి అదే ఆన్సర్ కాదు, వే కావాలి, పెన్ను పెట్టక్కర్లా. లుక్ ఎట్ హియర్. In August, with respect to town D, in which month we have more number, big number? August. Yes or no? Graph చూడండి అబ్బా, పెరిగింది కదా. And for town E, August is more. August is more. Yes or no? And now look at here. This is total 50. And how many segregations we have? So each line is right. How many lines gap we have between these two? 1. Number of lines? 1 line, 10. And here from this, దీన్ని ఏమంటాం? థిక్ లైన్ కదా. From here to here it is 50. 5 lines plus 1 line, 6 lines plus 1, 7 lines, 70. 10 more plus 70 more, total 80 more. Okay? Next. Antena? Any other question? 63. Number of belts sold in town D decreased by what percent from August to October? D. Triangle. August to October. August. October. What is this? This is 120 and this is 220. 120 is 100 less. That of 220. Percentage, right? So into 100. 50% of denominator is 110. Again you need to subtract 10 to make it 100. What about 5%? 11. So you need not even subtract 5%. Approximate to 5% but less than that. So answer should be approximate to 45% but more than that. How much? 45 5 by 11. That's it. Any other question? First one easy gaane untadi anukunta. E in September. E in September. E in September. This is one. 180. What percent more than number of belts sold in D in the same? D. 150. Straight forward. 30% more. 20% more. 30 more, which is 20%.